1, pay grade
pay grade 5.
5. Okay. So temporary
Which-
part-time.
Right,
Okay.
which, yeah, step 1 on pay grade 5.
Okay.
That's the motion I'm making. Do I have a second?
You know how many days? I second that, first of all.
Okay. Any discussion on the motion?
How many days will that be that she comes in?
She'll be keeping the office open 2 days a week, but she's doing all of her normal work. She's also doing some of the work that the clerk treasurer would do, and some of that she'll be doing when the office is not open to the public.
Okay.
And that's the reason why there's possible more hours that she'll be working than what the office is open. Okay. Anything else? Okay. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Then we have Kurt Bryanowski. I hope I pronounced it
Bryanowski,
close.
yep.
And he is offered to do some of our financial work for us during the transition, especially, specifically our payroll. And this again is very short term, so we can hire somebody to work in the office full time. He would like pay grade 7, step 8. Pay grade 7, step 8. And I'll make that motion, and that will be until we fill the position, as long as he's able to do it.
Okay.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion on the motion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carried. Next item we have is planning and zoning. Planning and zoning doesn't have anything right now. At our meeting on October 17th, we will have public hearings. But there's nothing to bring forward at this time.
Okay.
Okay. Fire department business.
Calls for September, 5 medicals, 1 motor vehicle accident, and 2 fires for a total of 8. And item 2, you see in the packet, there's some bids there for the FEMA grant we received. The issue I have is we were awarded $151,000, but by the time, from the time we applied to the time we were actually awarded it, there has been some price increases. And approximately, if we go with the low bid, and I'm perfectly fine with going with the low bid, we don't have to, but I don't see a reason why not to. We're about $22,000 short. There's a couple different ways we can handle this. That handout I passed out before the meeting here. In December, City of Motley is going to receive $29,757 to be used for public safety. They're qualified for public safety. I don't know if any of the other departments were interested in getting some of that money, but that's one option we have.
Did you say that would be December?
That's what I've been told. I don't know the logistics of this, but that is what the salesman told me. That's one option we have. Another option is we could take it out of our truck fund, or a combination of the two. And if you look at the Alex Air bid, first page of that, oh, maybe I didn't include it, I'm sorry. First page of that is $9,900 for upgrade to our air fill station. I don't think it is in your packet. $9,900 for the upgrade to our fill station. I do have that money budgeted because I knew that was gonna be an issue with the new gear, so that's, I guess that's, it's not in your packet, that's not an issue today.
Is that the 99.5?
Yeah. is
We
that
do
in
have
there?
that.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep, so that money I have budgeted for that upgrade, so that's not part of that quote. And Alex Air is the low bid. And, at the meeting the other night, it was decided amongst the department that we would accept the low bid and go with Alex Air. So,
So what's the deadline for,
from the time we were awarded it, we had 1 year to spend it.
1 year?
1 year. But I would like to let the vendor know so he can lock us in at that price so we don't get any more out of whack.
So you'd be looking for a motion to approve that at this time?
Yep, and then we can figure out how you guys wanna go about funding it November or December, if that's okay.
We have a motion to approve that.
I'll make the motion.
We have a second.
Seconded?
Any discussion on the motion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
That's all I have.
Okay, anybody have anything for him?
So we do have a little bit of time to figure out which way to go here.
Yep. I would say December, if we could figure something out by then, or maybe at that time we'll have a full console
Okay.
and maybe a clerk treasurer that can write checks for all this stuff.
Okay, anything else? Moving on. Police Department business.
Little error on the top, if one number called had 80 on there, it should have been 41. It went all the way up.
Okay, does anybody have anything for him?
Yeah, I would like to know the timetable for the, to move ahead with everything that needs to be done with background check or something, or not something, everything. I don't want this to stall out. You know, I personally, and I think the council supports Al a lot, and I just don't want it to linger out where all of a sudden I'm gone.
Okay.
So I'm wondering, I'm not on the hiring committee, but
How about the hiring committee sets up a meeting as soon as we can and work on just that, getting it done.
when you say as soon as you can,
That's a
what's the
question
timetable for that?
of talking to them and seeing when everybody is available, as soon as we can do it.
Okay. Yeah, I think we owe ourselves to do that in a timely manner.
Okay. Anything else? Okay, moving on. Public Works.
Reports on page 28. Hopefully these new meters do arrive in the next month or so we start installing them. We did have an inspection the 21st from the MPCA, and there's a report going to be coming out pretty soon with some concerns they have, but we're going to have to get a type 4 biosolids license now, even though we're not spreading sludge out yet. They have a report that says we didn't put any out, but it's gotta be by a licensed guy, so somewhere along the line we'll have to hire somebody there until I can get the license. They don't have any trainings scheduled yet for this next year, so we'll see, but that'll be coming down the line. And the charging station was allegedly fixed last Wednesday, so I haven't had a chance to check that out yet, but that's, and then one drinking fountain in at the tennis court, so. That's all I have for that. Next thing is, or you got any questions for me on that? Okay. A guy from the Otter Tail YouTube channel reached out. He's wondering about putting a camera on the pavilion. His idea was an 8-foot pole, and mount the camera on that, shoot it out across the park towards the train so they can watch train tracks. It'd be a live stream camera. We'd have to allow him to connect to the internet there. When we have events at the park and stuff, he's willing to zoom out the camera so we can live stream them events. He should be able to pick up most of the park and that kind of stuff. I believe the only expense for us is just going to be allowing him to get into the Wi-Fi, or into a wire into the router, I should say. So not really much, but and then he'll advertise the city of Motley as a sponsor on this, and he's got these cameras in Verndale, or he's putting one in Verndale. He's got one in Brainerd, Little Falls, Otter Tail, Perham, Wadena, I believe. Staples has got one facing, I looked that up, and it's facing south across the, right next to the main intersection there, facing south. So. But we need approval to, if we're okay with that, we need approval to allow him to go ahead and get the camera and stick it up there. He'll have to put a few guy wires on that post so it doesn't move around, and we'll have to have him seal the roof where he put some guy wires up. But I guess that's all I know about it. We're also checking in with CTC to see if he's doing something at Vets Park too, see if we can work out something as far as having a Wi-Fi or something over there that you can also put a second camera over there. But they haven't responded yet, so. But he said he would be okay with this, because if he goes 8 foot high, he can get high enough to get above cars that are parked on the siding and that kind of stuff, and still. And he said, believe it or not, these have helped these towns that with security stuff because they're on 24/7. And he said, there's always somebody watching a train on the earth or watching these cameras on YouTube. He said you wouldn't believe it. There's people that just sit and watch cameras. He said they pick up stuff I don't at times. So.
Any concerns you may have, or any?
At this point, I don't. No, I can't think of anything. From what I've known of or heard of this guy in the past, when there was a train wreck, he had caught it on video, and he with a car, and he was very decent with the family and stuff. He blurred out the areas that were a concern, and if there is any concerns with seeing things that aren't good to see, he can blur them out if we need to be. So. Block them zones out, so they would face the northeast, kind of towards the fairgrounds, so shoot out from the back of that roof up that direction.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Looking for a motion to approve that.
I will make that motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
That's all I have at this point.
Anybody have anything for Bruce? Okay. Thank you. Administration Department, as we can see, there's nobody from the Administration Department here, so I'll read it off the best I can. Page 29 is the September water usage report.
It's still looking a little low, but we did estimate last month, so it could be off. We could have overshot last month in one way.
Okay. Any questions? Next item is the annual LMCIT liability coverage waiver declaration. We all say no to that.
Yeah, we've never waived it in the past. Okay.
And I would make a motion to not to waive it.
I'll second it.
Any discussion on that? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. General fund budget update. That's on page 31 and 32. That's an update to let us know where we're at. That's all they have under that. Okay, moving on to old business. First item is Fall Fest security. I believe that's been dealt with or taken care of. Am I correct on that?
I haven't heard anything more than what you had shared when we met on Thursday, so I don't know, Al, is that something that you're able to attend, stop in? Have we heard anything?
Yeah, I think the same as I talked to Pat earlier is, you know, it's, obviously it sucks that I'm scheduled to work that night, but I'll just let the deputies all know too, if they come up this area to walk through and as much as we can.
Okay, all right, and then Steve, did you ever get any updates from the fire department?
No, I did not.
You did not?
I apologize.
Nope.
Brad is.
The fire department is booked that night for the whole stakers, so we're running kind of thin.
Okay.
And the feel of the group was they didn't really want to wrestle with drunk people or it's just insurance issues and things like that. They didn't feel that they were qualified or interested in doing it.
Will there be a fire truck?
Yep, there'll be a fire truck and we'll be available for calls, but we just
Okay.
didn't feel right about doing the security.
Okay.
Are you guys expecting trouble or?
No,
Just-
no,
just
it's more so
precaution.
just for the simple fact that Motley's been on the news and everything, and there's no police force.
Right.
We're having an event from 2 to 10.
Right.
It's nice to have a presence of people walking around, if it's in security shirts, not expecting anything like that, just so people know not to
Correct.
do anything that's not warranted. I don't expect any issues. Band is done by 10 o'clock. We're not going till 2 AM or anything crazy like that.
Okay.
You mentioned there would be a couple male or female with security t-shirt?
No,
No.
that's what we were looking for you to
Okay.
interact with the fire department to see if we could just have something with security so they could walk around. That doesn't sound like that's an option.
Because I know like Too Tall, when he has things, he gets a couple guys to wear the t-shirts.
Right, and usually I think it's from like the fire department from Scandia Valley or local, and that's kind of what we were asking for.
Okay. Moving on. Okay. Extona, updated contract, pages 33 to 35. We're looking for a motion to approve the updated contract. I would make the motion to approve it. Do I have a second?
I will second that.
Is there any discussion on the motion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. And we have the 401 fund updates. These are updates from previous discussions. 36. There's no action required on it, it's just basically updates showing us where we're at. Next item on here is the personnel manual. That's on pages 37 to 102. I think we might want to table this.
I agree. We could table it until we have a new clerk and have them look over everything and
Yeah,
revisit it.
bring it back later.
Yeah, I
Okay.
agree. We have the hiring committee policy update, page 103. Yeah, there was one change that all 4 department heads were involved in that, because previously it had stated 3,
Right.
so that was the only change.
And that looks like the only change.
Yeah,
Okay, motion to accept the change.
I'll make that motion.
And I will second it. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carries. Is there any other unfinished business to bring forward? Moving on, new business. Resolution accepting resignation, page 12. Resolution accepting resignation of the city council member Brenda Porge and declaring a vacancy. Do I have a motion to accept that, to make that resolution?
I will make that motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion on the motion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Okay. Next item, ordinance 207. Repealing ordinance number 163. Okay. Do I have a motion?
That was the one that Jake recommended, correct?
Pardon?
The one that we're going to repeal?
Right.
Okay. Yep, no, I'll make a motion for that.
Okay. I'll second it. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Any new business brought forward? Anything else in new business?
In regard to the council vacancy, I would like to propose Dennis Erickson, which I mentioned him from the start, very good individual. I've had a few people meet him, and I would like to propose that he be installed as a new council person replacing Brenda.
You're making that motion.
I'm making that motion, yes, sir.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
I have a second. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Any other new business? Moving on, public forum. Anybody from the public would like to address the council? I see some names written down, so I'm thinking yes.
Hi, good evening. My name is Mike Chapman. I'm the president of the Mill Pond Townhome Owners Association. And I'm here with a simple request, which I'll just read and I'll provide you with a copy following my presentation. Dear Mayor and council members, there are multiple townhome owners concerned about the icy roads on Mill Pond Street during the past several winters. The Homeowners Association Board wants to be proactive regarding this issue and therefore are asking the mayor and the city council for their consideration in this matter. Most owners on Mill Pond Street are seniors in their 70s and 80s. They need to use the street to retrieve their mail from their mailboxes. For many years, Mike Zimmerman has been providing snow removal services. He does the street, driveways, and sidewalks. However, he does not possess the equipment for applying sand or chemicals to the street when it's icy. Nor does he have the equipment to remove the sand in the spring. The owners really need to have a street that is safe for walking and driving. Will the city of Motley consider using equipment and materials to apply sand and or chemical to the Mill Pond Street when they are maintaining adjacent streets and remove the sand in the spring? Many owners feel their contribution of city taxes is a significant amount in a city the size of Motley and would really appreciate these seasonal services. Mill Pond Street is an easy in and out from Highway 10, 3rd Avenue, and Cemetery Road. Please let me know at which council meeting this request will be addressed. Thank you. And I'll drop off copies on my way out for you,
Thank you.
council members.
Anybody else on public forum?
Hey, have that. I'm here to say that I don't want to see any property tax increase next year. And I would like to give you this for evidence. Last year, we had a beginning balance of $5,292,000. We ended the year at $5,571,000. On August 21st of this year, we had an ending balance of $5,337,000, which is a little bit less than we started with. But of course, what comes November? That's when we pay our property taxes. So we should probably see a pretty big chunk of money come in to where we probably will be as good a shape as we were this year as we were last year. And we could go back, we could lose $250,000 a year for 20 years before the city would be broke. So I'm asking that maybe we could just take a year and not have a property tax increase. I know just a few years ago, the city of Pierce went 5 years without increasing taxes. So I don't know why Motley couldn't do a year anyway. So that's one point. One other point I had, kind of a far-fetched thing, but some years ago I stopped over at Verdale at the clerk's office. Maybe I had to pay a speeding ticket or something, I don't remember. But anyways, talking to her, and she was telling me about how either her or some other person in another city council, two of the towns down there, the city clerk was city clerk for both towns. And I just thought that that's kind of, because of the shape we're in, if you could get a clerk of Darcy's skills that could do two towns like Pillager and Motley and Randall, or Motley and Verdale, they could get paid quite well, and then you could still have an unskilled person to be in the office all the time. But that's just a thought I had. But I'm really here to not see my property taxes go up again this year, you know. So that's it. Thank you.
Next,
I have several things I would like to point out. My first question is, the opening for city council, does that not need a letter of interest submitted
it has been submitted.
from Dennis?
Anyway, go ahead.
So there was a letter of interest submitted and it was open to the public to submit a letter? I guess I didn't see it posted anywhere or anything out in the public that people could submit a letter of interest for the council vacancy. Second of all, Steve, you were commenting on all this backgrounding for police. Backgrounding for what? What is being stalled out?
I'm just listening.
And if there is a background going on, is it not public information as to what background agency there is? Things I think you should consider. Last, looking at this police report, I'm questioning all these numbers simply because we have a date of 2018 on the top. We have 67 miles on the squad car, and you did correct the 80 total calls. So I guess I'm questioning the entire report, how accurate that is.
So the report is accurate, it's just that it, when Jason left, he deleted everything off the computer and had me start over, and I'm having a heck of a time to get stuff started. I can't even get an LGD yet, nothing. So I'm fighting with that, and I did as best as I could. For now, I knew it was short, and I don't have a lot of hours here either to get working on it, so.
All those files are there for you, Al.
They
They're all downloaded, they're all on that flash drive. If you gotta re-download them, it had all the council reports for many, many years.
I think.
Hmm?
It's signed up.
I'm telling you, I didn't get on there I can't get on some of them. I'm gonna have to have professionals come over and help.
I guess one other thing I'd like to point out then is, why did you wait till the last day to come in and talk with the chief to turn reins over?
I think we've gone far enough as far as the back and forth. This is public forum for you to address us, period. Not for us to respond, really.
So can I expect answers then at the next meeting?
If you submit questions, yeah.
And where do I need to submit them to?
The front office. Anybody else? Hearing none. Council forum. Anybody on the council have anything?
Yeah, I'll give a brief update on our hiring committee for the clerk treasurer. We're making some progress and very positive that we will have someone here soon, so that's it.
Okay. Anything else from the council? Moving on. Upcoming meetings and important dates. Planning and zoning meeting is Tuesday, October 17th, right here in this room at 5:15 p.m. Next regular work session, if we have anything on the agenda, will be Monday, November 13th, 5:30 p.m., City Hall. Next regular council meeting will be Monday, November 13th at 6:30 p.m., City Hall. Fall Fest is Saturday, October 14th. Fall Cleanup Day is Saturday, October 21st. And that is from 7:45 a.m. to 10:45 a.m. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I will make that motion to adjourn.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.
Thanks, Ben.
I got them.
Good meeting with that.
Pardon?
I got them.
Did you? Okay.